Morning, Tony from the Oregon Fly Fishing blog, tying a olive hare's ear nymph. We're going to start out by putting some lead on here. I'm going to put about 12 turns, so there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to go with 10 turns, and we'll finish up from the back. Actually, 10's about right, so we're going to leave that. Push. That way it stabilizes the cone. You've got a little built-up area for your thorax, and we're going to start our thread right in behind the lead to kind of keep it in position and then work the thread through. I'm using 16-aught Vivas today. I've been messing around with this for a bit. It's a great material or thread to tie with. Keeps your head small, and it's pretty tough stuff. So I've got a little tuft of hare's ear mask in olive, and that's what I'm going to use for the tail. Put that in, and then I'm just going to take this tuft here and cut it back to just about where the lead begins. And that'll give me a little transition in the body, keep the symmetry even. Okay. You could even take that up over the lead a little bit as well. Now I'm going to use some brassy gold ultra copper wire. And then for dubbing, I've got my hairline dubbing 12 most popular colors. We're going to use the olive hare's ear. I'm going to dub this on here fine to moderate, I guess is the way to term it. I don't want a real thin body. I want a good taper that comes up, but I don't want a real fat abdomen on this nymph either. Doesn't take a lot of material to cover it up and get it where it needs to be. So I'm going to make sure I cover my thread. And then I want to bring my wire up through, trying to evenly space that rib. It's okay if it buries down in there. When that dubbing gets picked out, it'll be fine. A few turns of that, and then take your wire and just pull it taut, spin it, or not spin it, but just kind of twist it, you know. Okay, so now we got to the point where we can tie in our wing case, and what I'm using for wing case is Flashback from Hareline in an olive brown. I really like this nymph in a 14, 12, actually 12 through 16 has always been a really good size to have in the box. We're getting away from our old patterns into all the new stuff, and there's still some great stuff out there and you can update it, and I'm just adding this wing case. We'll put a little goo on there too. Now I'm going to go ahead and dub the thorax. I'm going to dub this a little heavier because I'm going to pick it out. Give me the legs I want. Make sure you get back over your wing case real well, so when you pull forward you have a decent wing case. Now I'm going to add a little bit dubbing, get it back just a little bit further. It looks like the thorax is a little small, so what I'll do is just add a little dubbing here, come back, get one more wrap over the back, and then work my way up to the head there. So there's a lot of different tools to pick this out: Velcro, wire, Be really careful around this flashback material. It will tear with your tools pretty, well, not real easily, but you just got to be wary. So I'm picking out the top, and then I'm just going to pull this over, sweep all my materials back, and then pin that around and put one loose loop, a second loop, just to see where we're at. And I'm going to snug it up a little bit, pull it down tight, put a couple more tight wraps. And then when you cut this, you can either do two things. You can take a razor blade. I don't have one here with me, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in here and clip close one side, clip as close as I can the other side, and it'll just tear the rest of the way. And then I'll take that little flap and kind of try to pull it back and tie that in. It'll make that wing case a little tougher. So now we have our gold ribbed hare's ear in olive tied. Now we got to put our clear goo on the back of it. So I'm going to pick this out a little bit long here so I can remember to. I'm going to pull all those fibers down out of the way. Okay. So now I'm going to take some clear cure goo thin and just apply that to that wing case, and then it really makes that wing case pop with that material underneath it. Okay. So take your clear cure goo light and hit that wing case for about 5 to 10 seconds. Okay, so now I've got that first coat on there. Now I'm just going to take a little clear cure goo hydro to get the tack off of the fin. Hit it with the light again. And you can see the sparkle in that material through that. Just really makes that nymph look alive. Remember, there's a lot of different other colors to add into this equation. Your creativity, you could tie it in red or use the peacock.